Public opinion, 54% of this country does not want to see a lockdown. Doctors' orders are more important, I would say. But looking at Finland, Dr. Samadi, and Norway, what are they doing right that has allowed them to not lock down and to have low death rates per million?
Well, as you remember, John, they went under major scrutiny, and their scientists were under a tremendous amount of pressure because they did exactly opposite of what we did. We went into lockdown, and maybe the first lockdown made sense because we wanted to buy some time to get our hospitals prepared and get our PPEs. But then this lockdown every other month, every time the cases rise, is not a cure for this because the virus is not going to go away. They recognize that social distancing, recognizing who are the targets for this virus, protecting the vulnerable and the people who are at the highest risk, but yet open up the economy and keep both things going at the same time was the right way. And now fast forward 10 months after, we see that they were absolutely correct. And we, even though we did perhaps fine, we didn't get the 2 million deaths that they were predicting in America, but our economy really got affected and a lot of jobs were lost and the casualties were absolutely unnecessary.
Dr. Lahita, what do you think about the strategy that Finland and Norway are now trying to implement?
I think it's a very good. I agree with Dr. Samadi. It's a very good strategy. I think they've learned. I think the populations of those two countries, if you've been there, are quite homogeneous, and they listen to people when orders are given to mitigate, wear masks, and keep social distancing. I agree that it was unnecessary to lock everything down and destroy their economy. We saw that in Sweden. They didn't do that, and now they have spikes, and they are now doing the lockdown that should have been done at the beginning of the pandemic.
Well, we also had some news made on the TV today here on our own airwaves that our anchor of Wake Up America, Rob Schmidt, said starting next week his mother, who works at St. Vincent Hospital in Indianapolis, is going to be offered the Pfizer vaccine. This is the same. He has the same sample group of the vaccine that has been tested on. So, we heard December 11th this weekend. That would be when people first start to get this vaccine. A minute left to go here. Dr. Samadi, are you surprised by the speed at which this is available?
This is exactly what we predicted. And as I said, the credit goes to the current president and the Vice President Pence, who really put this Warp Speed project ahead of everyone, brought the private and the public sector and be able to get all these companies to produce these vaccines. We're going to see hundreds of millions of these vaccines in the first quarter of next year. And as the doctor will tell you, 70% herd immunity will get us to the point where we have to be, which is around April or May of next year. And hopefully we get back to our normal life, where I can come to the studio and do a live show with you, John.
I'm looking forward to that. Also, next time I'm in New York, I want to meet Dr. Lahita, too, and talk to him. He's been such a great guest giving us information on this.
Looking forward.
But Dr. Lahita, we'll have to have a big gathering when it's all safe. Dr. Lahita, but this is rapid, Operation Warp Speed, really miraculous, the speed at which this vaccine is going to be available.
Right. We've been told this morning, and I told my staff, it's mid to late December for all of the healthcare workers. It's a pivotal time in New Jersey. We're all going to get likelihood not the AstraZeneca, but the Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine. And that is very, very exciting for all of us in the hospital world. We're looking forward to it. And as Dr. Samadi said, and I agree, early part of next year, we should be distributing it to those who are vulnerable, people with comorbidities, etc.
I know, and all the family members out there, my sister's an emergency room nurse. We can all breathe a little easier knowing that our frontline healthcare workers are going to have access to this vaccine thanks to Operation Warp Speed.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you guys will have access to it as well. Great to see you both, Dr. Lahita, Dr. Samadi. We appreciate it, gentlemen.
Thank you.